Have you ever wanted to start your YouTube channel? You got the gear, you got the side project, you got the content strategy, and you got the motivation, but you haven't started yet. Well, don't worry, you're not the only one. I've been talking to a lot of other YouTubers and we all share the same story. We have got a lot of colleagues and acquaintances that want to start up our YouTube channel, and some of them I think would actually be pretty good at YouTube. They haven't started yet for X or Y reasons. If you relate to this feeling, well, this talk is for you, and hopefully it will inspire you to start a YouTube channel in 2023. Today I'm here to show you my very first video that I created more than a year ago. It's a little bit cringe, so just bear with me a little. How to display a donation button inside your streamlit app. Find the HTML image code for the button on the website. Add the markdown element in your app with unsafe allow HTML enabled. Paste the HTML image code in the body of the markdown element. Profit! Try to guess the number of views this video got in a year, and maybe write it down in the comments to share the number with me. If you wrote more than 1,000, well, that's really nice of you, but no, it was not a success. This video only got 80 views in a whole year. And this video also took me 4 hours to edit. I clearly remember this, background color going pink and green and, disco night fever and stuff. That took me 2 hours. Oh man. And then there's the little button, that is going around that took me an hour, and then editing myself in the video took another hour. Was it worth it? But if I hadn't done this video, I wouldn't be on YouTube, and I would have missed on this awesome year of YouTube where I got 2,000 subscribers. I got a nice community on my channel with a lot of returning viewers. I had never realized you could have online friends, but I have online friends now. This YouTube channel also provided me with opportunities I never believed I could get. I got brand deals. Well, I got a brand deal where they offered me a t-shirt for a video. Please don't do that anymore. I got job opportunities I never imagined I could get. I got to have coffee chats with more famous Twitter people. I get invited to write guest blog posts or even in chapters in books, and even get invited as a mentor in AI hackathons. And to be honest, I've never imagined myself as a YouTuber. I started this on a whim, but what I realized is YouTube really is one of the fastest way to become a trustworthy person online. I think it's because people get to see your face, they get to see you react to code or express your opinions. It's a little bit different from reading your writing style on a blog post. They get to see you. I think they can relate to you. YouTube has got basically the same rewards as if you were a public speaker. And at the same time, I guess YouTube comes with the same negatives or cons as public speaking, which are, for example, fear of judgment, fear of criticism, fear of public shaming, fear of leaving your comfort zone, fear of financial risk. I tried looking for a logical reason, a logical argument to push you to start a YouTube channel. And I wanted to find an argument that was not just do it. Fortunately for you, if you had only one tip to get from this video, like everybody else says, just do it. If you don't take action, if you don't do it, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. And the other thing for me for starting YouTube is, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, well, I think a video is worth 1,000,000 words, or even maybe more. I've seen a lot of people do YouTube channels just to enhance their blog posts, so they would write a blog post and do a 3-minute, 5-minute videos about this blog post, or they also record their talks, then post them on YouTube, because there are some call for papers that ask for a recording of your talk, so you can send them your YouTube channel for the recording of your talk to have a better chance of being selected as a speaker. I realize I don't have a logical way of pushing you into starting YouTube. It's very emotional driven. So I wanted to share my own story with the good and the bad and the ugly. hopefully to inspire you to start one. My story on YouTube started by reading a lot of YouTube theory. For 9 months, you would find me reading all of the YouTube and internet influencer books like Primal Branding, YouTube Secrets, or the YouTube Formula. I would be listening to a lot of podcasts from vidIQ to video creators, or listening to YouTube gurus like Roberto Blake or channel makers. I would be on the YouTubers Reddit and Discord reading the feedback on others' videos. That way I would be theoretically prepared for everything on YouTube. I got access to a lot of technical jargon, CTA, AVD, AVP, sub, whatever. If you've been following my channel for some time, you know that I'm also practicing jazz piano. And for that I'm reading a lot of books around the jazz theory for piano. I came to the sad realization jazz piano theory doesn't translate to practice. It's the same with YouTube. You can be an expert at YouTube theory. If you haven't lived it by yourself, it's not going to help you. I was asked one day what was the event that got me starting my YouTube channel, and I thought about it. I think there are a lot of different reasons, a bit of my professional life, my personal life, some of my role models on YouTube. A lot of things were going on that got me into starting YouTube. One of the people that got me into YouTube was this person, Chief Excel Officer. If you don't know her, Chief Excel Officer is a TikToker that builds Excel tutorials and shows them in a very funny and entertaining way. Who wants to do Excel when you got pandas and Python? Her TikTok channel has got more than 2 million likes. Respect. And she has built an online course around Excel which is probably generating more than $100,000 per year. Chief Excel Officer has taught me something very valuable. She taught me that literally anyone can put its own spin on any subject matter and still get a target audience. That really spoke to me. Because to be honest with you, I hate coding tutorials on YouTube. I don't watch coding tutorials. Personally, I learned a new programming language by reading a lot of blog posts and books around a programming language, and then when I've got this overview, I'm able to program. I'm not really the practical guy that will implement the code at the same time as the coder on the YouTube tutorial and then slowly build that use case. I'm not into coding tutorials. And in my head there was this limiting belief that if you want to do coding tutorials on YouTube, you have to do a talking head of yourself, writing code in real time, and comment your code at the same time. And I didn't like this. And then by watching other successful YouTubers in different niches, I realized I didn't have to follow the trend. I don't have to write coding tutorials by talking over it if I don't want to. I guess it's like this: if you don't find the content that you like, well, you should build that content. From there on, I had a new goal, a new objective, and my new objective was build as many videos as possible before starting a YouTube channel. I imposed myself a challenge, 4 videos per week for 3 months. Yeah, that was hard to do. To be honest, I kinda changed my schedule to sleep at 9 p.m. and wake up at 4 a.m. and do my videos from 4 to 6 a.m. I am a little bit crazy. I created a new Instagram account. If you don't know, on Instagram you can post short videos, which are called Reels. It's maximum 1-minute videos. And I chose Instagram instead of TikTok because TikTok seemed like younger people that were very judgmental. I didn't like that. Instagram felt more business savvy, and there were developers that were building Reels on this platform too. So I was like, that sounds like a good opportunity. I did not publicly promote my Instagram account, and you can also do the same. You don't need to jump into YouTube immediately. The goal here is to get into the habit of making videos publicly available. What I realized from pushing videos online is no one notices. People don't really care. I should build more videos then. This is the fun phase where you get to talk about whatever you want as long as you share or document something that you are proud of or you're doing or that you care about. For example, I went from talking about the release notes for Streamlit. I know I'll use the new download button in streamlit.88. To a data science meme. I fixed a small typo in the last cell of your Jupyter notebook. You should merge it back into your branch. Okay, sure. To a career tip. Hey, where did you list the packages to install for this notebook? Ah, yeah. Look for all the imports in the notebook. And Instagram was also the opportunity to get used to having your videos pushed by an algorithm. You can see on the bottom left corner of those images the view count of the videos. And you'll very quickly see that I've got some high performing videos followed by some low performing videos. For example, the Python is #1 on Tiobe or Tiobe, I don't know how to pronounce this. And from my point of view, this was going to be a huge success. This was going to be like 5,000, 10,000 views. Oh boy. At the same time, you can see that dropping the production database, I was really late in my schedule. So I recorded it in 15 minutes and I edited it in 15 minutes. I pushed it on Instagram. I went to sleep telling myself this is going to be a failure. And it was a success. That's where I also realized that time spent does not equal quality. So you know the fact that my video needs to be perfect before I post it online? In the trash. Seeing a lot of those ups and downs in the analytics kinda immunized me to those vanity metrics. I didn't really care about the views anymore. I started to focus on the video output. I also got people telling me that, you know, 3,000, 5,000 views, that's not a lot. 3,000 views, that's like a whole auditorium, that's like a whole concert room. Don't let people tell you that 3,000 is not enough. So I began doing more and more videos, you know, like 4 videos every week for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then I started doing YouTube. I'm kinda going a little bit further in the story. This is my number 9 video on YouTube. It's also my almost 80th video. When I did this video 9 months ago, for me, this was like high level production. I would never be able to surpass this video. Even the view count shows it. Like, this is my most successful video at almost 20,000 views in 9 months. And yet, when I watch it today, I hate this video. There are so many things wrong with this video. The color grading is wrong, the editing is kinda out of place, the music is okay, the sound effects I kinda like but can be improved. Like this. Quickly build your data science web app. My posture is not great, my breath control, my vocal expression are not great. I could find a million things wrong about this video. I cannot watch this video anymore. But even if I hate this video, I still have a lot of people that tell me that
this was the best coding tutorial video I have ever seen.
What? I got 2 insights from this. The first one, just build videos, even if there are bad things about it. People focus on the value and not on the mistakes. You will still be the best mentor or teacher for someone, and this someone is really important to you. Second, just build videos. The more videos you build, the more you hate your previous videos, and that's normal because you improve. You should not care about the quality of the current video because in 9 months you will hate it anyway. So just do it and release it, that's it. Now you're ready to start, you're like, let's go for it. What do I need? Well, very easy. You need something to record. As for myself, I've got my trusty little iPhone. I'm not using the iPhone today to film, but that was my way of filming for 15, 16 months, you know, recording 4K 30 FPS. Put this on a tripod, this little tripod here. Yes, very, very perfect. Tripod and film, go. And then I got myself a microphone. Audio is super important, so I got a microphone. I want to show it to you here. The microphone is an 80 2035. It's a little bit expensive maybe for you as a beginner because you also need an audio interface to connect the XLR and to have phantom power, so maybe not the best first microphone for you. You can get a Blue Yeti instead, or you can get a lavalier microphone like this one. This one is this one here. Lav mic has got a pretty good sound, to be honest. And then I'm a Premiere Pro user, but that, you know, you can use DaVinci Resolve or iMovie. I don't really care. Just have something to edit. Audio is super important, but I think the second most important thing is lighting. So I've got multiple lights. I got the ring light that is here. You cannot see it, but it's here. Also got this little RGB light that is lighting me on the side. And I got a third side light here. Lighting can make your smartphone look like a pro camera. You don't need a 2000 camera to start. Good lighting, good audio, that's it. How did I use this gear? For my very first videos on Instagram, I would first record my voice, like, I like Streamlit and this new version of Streamlit is going to talk about, I don't know, whatever. And then I would put this recording on my speakers, and then I would put my iPhone on the ring light. It would record me, and I would play the recording and just lip sync on the recording, like about, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, that was my very first videos. Okay, sure. And then I eventually synchronized the audio and the video clips in my Premiere Pro, and that's it. And then I wanted to try more involved videos. Instead of recording my face and my voice separately, I started recording those together so I don't have to synchronize them. I got my iPhone about here and my microphone here. That's the setup, it's the setup you see on my YouTube channels when I talk about, for example, my tutorials about components. I do the voiceover and there's the iPhone that is recording my face at the same time. And then afterwards, I actually capture my screen with the code I want to talk about. I am very bad at explaining my code at the same time as I'm writing it, because I don't know, the camera is kind of frightening me. And then again in Premiere Pro, I synchronize my code with my own voice, the index.js file to inject some plotly charts. My third process is I just add scripting. Now I script my videos, it makes them more structured. And then it's also very essential if I want to properly synchronize my code with my voiceover. I follow this third process using Notion today. I've got this Notion board where in the leftmost column, I can put all of my video ideas as I'm walking or as I'm doing the dishes and etc. If I get a video ID, I pop up my iPhone and I put my ID in a new page in this column and I forget about it. Then, paf, new ID. I've got like 200 video IDs and I go through this column every 2 weeks, for example. So I scroll through all of the IDs that I have generated in my life and I choose the best one for my audience or those that please me as a creator. I put them in the ID column and I try to do a video every 2 weeks. I need to script a video like every week and a half, let's say. That's where in my process I go from the ID to the scripting process. I begin scripting the video and when that's done, it's going into the recording phase. And when the record is done, it goes into the editing phase and etc. It's like of this Kanban board that I've built for my video ideas. So I know for each video in which phase it is into. Each page is also using a Notion template that I've built from scratch using the tutorials from Nicholas Crystal and Mayuko. There's the metadata on the YouTube page that tell me what's the type of the video. Is it a tutorial? Is it a tip video? Is it a vlog? Is it a way to grow my community or get new viewers? I also try to put the date when I want to record the video and release the video so I can put them in a calendar afterwards. And then I got this huge list of checklists. I've got a checklist for generating titles, for thumbnails, for coding, for scripting, editing, with a lot of insights in each of those sections. And because this is kind of the same structure that I'm using for most of my videos, I'm also able to track the time I spend on each video. And now I kind of know how many hours I'm going to spend on scripting, how many on editing, how many on sound design, how many on the thumbnail, and etc. If I'm kind of late in the editing because I spent way more hours than I usually do, that's why I know that I'm too perfectionist on this video and that I really need to speed it up. That's the joy of having a process, when you're late and you have checklists to get you motivated again. I finished my challenge by doing 4 months of 4 videos per week instead of 3. So end of December, I started my new challenge, making 35 videos published on my YouTube channel. And how does YouTube feel? Well, This is what YouTube feels like. It felt like being alone on a long road, and sometimes you get to see people cheering for you on the side of the road, like, go for it, you're the best, you can do it, and otherwise you're just lonely on this road, and sometimes you kind of have doubts about your YouTube channels. I can tell you it's a bit difficult. I mean, I wake up at 4 a.m. and sometimes at 4 a.m. I'm like, why am I even doing this? I came to another realization. Starting YouTube is actually the easy part. To keep going on YouTube and not give up is the hard part. I mean, it's maybe a little bit like going to the gym, you know, you're supposed to go to the gym every week, and then you can miss 1 week, that's okay. But if you miss 2 weeks in a row, 3 weeks in a row, then it's over, you're never going back to the gym. And that's YouTube. To keep going, you need good foundations. My own foundations for my YouTube channel were the following 4 pillars. I know my value proposition, I know the value I want to bring in each of my videos, I have an established process that I have battle tested for 80 videos on Instagram. I know I can rely on it. It's about continuously going one step further every time and improving something in my YouTube videos every time, and finding inspiration everywhere in all of the other YouTube niches. Let's talk about value proposition first. One thing I want to mention, you can do YouTube as a hobby. You can only upload 10 videos for 10 blog posts or 10 talks and then never upload anything again. That's totally fine. It's like a little resume you keep on the side that you can reuse sometime later. If you're on YouTube, to grow, you need to post consistently. You need to niche down, because if you're not niching down, your target audience is too large, your target viewer is kinda undefined, and you're serving too many people and you're getting no one. That's bad. You need to be a student of data, so you need to analyze your metrics like the AVP, AVD, retention, CTR, all of the things I mentioned beforehand. Let me share with you the tips that have helped me define the value proposition of my YouTube channel and what my videos provide to the viewers. Starting with the horizontal axis, a way of thinking about this is you don't need to be full educational or full entertaining. You can be a little of both. You can be in the middle of the spectrum. That's actually called an edutainment. There's a term for this. You can be telling a suspenseful, emotional story about deploying something in production and failing miserably to impart an insight to your viewer. You can also vlog or document your life for the people that want to follow your steps or follow your career life. If you're a dev role, for example, you can vlog your way to a tech conference and show how you're going to speak at this conference, how you prepare this conference, how did you answer the call for paper, how did you travel? Did you travel light? Are you visiting the city beforehand? That will help people that want to become DevRel. If you're a business developer or a product manager, you can talk about how you generate new ideas and data features for products. Not a lot of students are aware of business development and data product manager. That could be very useful. And on the vertical axis, I think it's more of the making people think. A lot of coding tutorials is only about giving you the solution so that you can copy and paste it somewhere. That's, in my opinion, that may be a hot take, but that doesn't teach anything. That's only providing an answer. I mean, Google could have given that answer. YouTube, being a video medium, gives you this awesome opportunity to grow your viewers through inspiration or questioning. I mean, by inspiration, in my videos, I try to show inspiring, new, interesting use cases to inspire my viewers to build more streamlit use cases or more advanced streamlit use cases and showcase them to the world. You can also be questioning the status quo. You could, for example, build a video about how Streamlit is the worst data web app framework ever. That would be questioning the status quo. Status quo. You understand what I mean, okay? You could be questioning what everyone believes to be true. Yes, that's called a controversial statement, but that's also a way to advance the debate around your topics, as long as you're not being a bitch. I think it's just important to have a clear objective for your channel and where do you place yourself on those different spectrums. I've got other diagrams that I like to refer myself to. They come from KTU and Chris Do. On the left triangle, what KTU is saying is if you want to grow a successful channel, you have to choose at least 2 unfair advantages on this triangle, like catchy personality, content value, and unique editing. If you're doing coding tutorial, I think content value is going to be the core one. You still need to decide if you're going into unique editing or catchy personality. I think by catchy personality, she doesn't mean you have to be super energetic, like dynamic Mr. Beast. Hey, how's it going? My name is... No, if I recall correctly in the video, it's like being authentic to yourself and really showing your core values and your consistent behavior that people are able to relate to very easily and very strongly. I think that was the catchy personality part. And for the unique editing, I think if you saw my videos, you see I love editing, so I guess you know where I'm at on the spectrum. On the right triangle from Chris Do, we've got triangle between expertise, utility, and trends. Some people grow with trends, and I think it's actually very important because I release a video every 2 weeks. I won't be able to talk about trends like ChatGPT, for example. I'm letting this to my fellow YouTuber, One Little Coder. You can check his channel. He's awesome in following the latest AI trends. I won't be able to do this, so instead I focus on my expertise. I did a lot of streamlit, so I'm providing my expertise on it, and utility because I know that a lot of people find streamlit useful for showcasing their work, so I'm providing solutions that are going to be useful for my audience. One last diagram that has helped me a lot in defining my content strategy is the hygiene, hub, and hero pyramid. If you're starting on YouTube, you can start by building useful hygiene content that people are going to look for on Google or YouTube. For example, how-to videos, tutorial videos, tips and tricks and hacks. For me, it will be 4 ways to stylize a streamlit button or a streamlit component. When you've got enough hygiene content and more people are coming to your channel, you can start building your what we call hub content. And on the hub content, you're going to have case studies, that could be interviews with other people in the industry, that could be a recap of an event like the AI and big data event in Paris. That could be a new announcement from company like Streamlit has been bought by Snowflake. Those are here to strengthen your ties with the community. And then once in a while, you're going to have the hero content. That would be, I'm releasing a book, I'm making a video about it. I'm releasing a new online course, I'm going to make a video about it. I've been hired in whatever company, I'm going to make a video about it. That's a good way of distributing your content. You can do like 70% hygiene, search videos, 30% hub, and then your hero content will be about you, and that will appear maybe once every year. That could be like my latest video about my YouTube journey that I can make every end of year. Well, let's wait and see. You've got your value proposition and your content strategy. You got your process that enables you to select an idea and then execute it to the end for the strategy. And then it's time for growing. YouTube is hard. Really, YouTube for me is like being a creative entrepreneur. You've got so many skills that are tested at the same time for your YouTube channel. You've got writing, filming, branding, storytelling, public speaking, with all of the more minor activities that you're going to do in each of those main skills. YouTube will seem overwhelming. There are so many things you need to master. It's okay to take your time. I think it took me like 3 months before being able to script a correct video. That's only one part of the YouTube process. There's something I picked from the Atomic Habits book, which is you think the more time you spend on an activity and the better you get in a linear fashion. I also do a bit of badminton coaching sometimes, and I tend to see that this is not true. People don't linearly get better at badminton by training. What usually happens is we are not really good for 3 months and then suddenly we become way better. And YouTube is kind of the same. For 3 months you'll be bad at writing or at storytelling or at editing, and it's going to be a pain. You are going to be disappointed in yourself a lot in those 3 months. 3 months later, there will be a little, just, oh, I figured it out. I finally figured it out. And you get better. And this is the hard part, is that the small habits that you put in place, the small improvements that you do on every videos, they are not noticeable until maybe 10 videos later or 15 videos later. And it's in this period that you need to not give up. You need to not give up when you're in this valley of disappointment, because the rewards that you pick won't be until much later. You're here to play the long game. YouTube is a marathon. And I think that's why it's important to build strong foundations and a good process that you can trust, because you're not here to set goals to win the game. You're here to build a system that keeps you playing on the long run and keeps you playing enough to actually improve yourself and grow as an editor, a storyteller, and a human being in general. I think one important thing to not give up on YouTube is having YouTube friends, people with whom you're able to talk about YouTube and AVD, retention, and this hate comment that of a people that really doesn't appreciate your style, I don't know. But if you don't have a lot of those, you can also get inspiration from other YouTuber role models. I personally follow a lot of YouTube content outside of coding because I don't watch coding tutorials on YouTube. I do watch YouTubers in the music production, photography and videography and gaming. I have a list of each YouTuber with an adjective of what I like in each of those YouTubers that I want to bring back into my own content. So I'm able to pick a part of I like what you're doing. I may sometimes steal an idea from another niche and then bring it back into my niche. That's still like an artist from Austin Kleon. I think Austin Kleon, yeah. Find topic ideas and inspiration elsewhere. Don't rely only on coding tutorials channels. YouTube is huge. I have grown so much with YouTube. I have learned many skills that I would not have learned in my career. Things like online marketing, branding, writing, scripting, even storytelling. This talk here, I wrote it for an internal talk at my company. It's actually using the hero's journey framework from storytelling. This is something I would have never done if I was not on YouTube. And maybe the real advice I have to give myself is to do YouTube for myself. I have to use YouTube as a medium to express my feelings, my emotions, about my opinions on a subject and a topic. And I think the moment you don't do YouTube for yourself, which is the moment you do it for the money, or the moment you're being driven by your viewers or your haters, may also be the moment you start comparing yourself to other YouTubers. Maybe, this YouTuber started during the COVID pandemic, I will never get that, so I will never get to 1 million. If you start doing YouTube not for yourself, but because of others, I think is the moment you kill the joy of YouTube. That's the moment where you don't feel fulfilled anymore by YouTube because you're not growing yourself as a YouTuber, you're just reacting to external factors, let's say. I'm still at the beginning of my YouTube relationship, so I don't have the pressure of the money or the fame or the super fans, or do I have to generate revenue for this online course, and I need to enjoy it while it lasts. And when I'm doing this for myself, it reminds me I'm doing this for my own growth and for overcoming my limiting beliefs and my fears, the ones I talked about in the beginning. I overcome them and I grow by overcoming them. And that's the thing I need to remind myself, maybe every year, maybe if I do the same video in a year and I watched back this video and I tell myself, yeah, I need to remember this. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Hopefully you got something interesting from this video. Now it's up to Editor Fan to edit this, so good luck. And yeah.